Okay.
So, my first presentation is on the 16 personalities. Now, when we start to think about the 16 personalities, it's in terms of the Myers-Briggs indication test. Now, the Myers-Briggs indication test was created by, who was it? It was created to make sure that you can understand a person's psychological aspect from 16 different areas, and I will explain these all areas to you. So we have extroversion versus introversion. Extroversion is people who are more outgoing, people who tend to be more social. They like to make sure that you know who they are and what they're doing. They're the people who talk a lot. The life of the party. And then we have the introversion, which is typically the people who keep to themselves. They're more seldom, more lonesome. They have a smaller group, or they may even be by themselves. Then we have sensing versus intuition. Sensing are those that truly believe that they make decisions with how they feel. They decide on things based upon their heart. And they're really quick on their feet. Then there is intuition, where the people who think with their brain. They tend to be more rational, and they don't really look towards people's feelings, which makes them seem more cold-hearted in situations. After that, we get to thinking and feeling. Thinking people are simply that. They choose to spend more time within the logistics aspects of making decisions. And feeling are people who represent a more softer side to things. People in terms of the arts or color, the really pretty stuff. And finally, we go on to judging versus perceiving. Now, perceiving is what you make of what's in front of you. It may be a face, but it's the connection that you put towards that face. It's how you've made that name linked to the memories with it. But judging is simply reading a book as its cover. It's seeing it for what it is, no more, no less. It's a pretty simple concept. Now, when you put these letters together, you test, and at that point we have 16 different personalities. ENTP, INTJ, ENFP, things of these sorts, and you can really figure out what kind of person you are. Now, the most common person tends to be the ISFJ, which is more of the computer nerds, which is why we have the technology industry being really big right now.
Okay, I don't think none of us.
And then the percentages actually really change a lot because, a different person is born every day. Now, when we move on to other things, typically the rarest kinds of people are the ENTJs, because it's very hard for you to be a very extroverted person and to want to know everyone, but judge them the second you meet them. It's okay. So when you look at just like the MBTI types, just on a school bus, like you can see them in social situations, you notice them everywhere. Like, I mean, there's only 5 of you, but each of you most likely has a different personality, because I highly doubt all 5 of you are the same type of person. And then we have men and women in the workforce. Now, in terms of working, you have a lot of men that tend to be more extroverted, and they tend to be more thinking and more perceiving, which is why they seem to be really barbaric, because they don't really take the time to put the heart into things, or the soul. Now, women are seen to be more, like, statistically, they have more of the sensing, feeling, perceiving types of things, because they have this thing where they'll actually nurture and they care about everything that happens. And that's what makes the mother's intuition such a nice thing. I mean, even the N for intuition is there. And you can go on this website. You can actually go on the website, 16 personalities, and take the test yourself. I'm not sure if we have enough time for that, but definitely try it and see how you find out about yourself. Thank you.
Woo, all right.
Good job. Good job. Well done.
Ooh,